Welcome to Using Deep Learning for Computer Vision Application video series. In these videos, I'm going to show you how to use OpenCV version 4 and deep learning frameworks for computer vision application. We start from the beginning to the end for each application or deep learning frameworks. You can see all the videos from YouTube channel. You can preview this presentation file from this URL, and you can download all the source code and the library that we use from our GitHub. Some of the previous video for this course is compiling the OpenCV 4, set up and configure Visual Studio project, using Caffe model in OpenCV 4, using TensorFlow in OpenCV 4. We use the latest version of the OpenCV, which is 4. The OpenCV 4 support C++11, and also using you can use the deep learning frameworks such as Caffe, TensorFlow, Torch, or .NET. Also several updates like this. For compiling the OpenCV on Windows, you need Cmake Visual Studio 2017, and we use 64-bit of Windows. First, you need to download, create the build folder, using Cmake to generate the Visual Studio project, and open the OpenCV. Everything based on the video after this presentation. I will show you step by step. Then you need to build, debug, release, and install, and set the environment variable on your Windows. And for setup and configure your Visual Studio project, you need to configure like this for the debug and this for release. You can run the simple program by using the OpenCV version 4 in order to check everything is right. Then using the Caffe model in OpenCV 4, and this is the example source code. Then using TensorFlow, this is the example. Here's the link of a previous video that we created. You can follow each step by step. Please subscribe the YouTube channel. I want to show you how to build OpenCV version 4 by using the Visual Studio 2017 under Windows. First, you go to the GitHub OpenCV and download the OpenCV. GitHub OpenCV, you have to go and download two files. First, the original or master of the OpenCV, and then go to the OpenCV and download the OpenCV contribute in order to use all the libraries and modules from the OpenCV. After download finish, you can go and put inside the folder. I create a folder OpenCV 4 and paste this folder and extract them here. Now create a build folder here. Okay. Open the Cmake. You can go and download the Cmake from the website and get the source, which is this path, and also the build folder here, and create on click on configure. Select the Visual Studio 2017 Win64 in order to compile based on 64-bit Windows. You also can compile based on your other Visual Studio that you have. Wait till extraction finish. Open source computer vision library or OpenCV. Use C++, Python and Java interface. Support Windows, Linux, Mac OS, iOS and Android. Nowadays supported Caffe and TensorFlow to use deep learning or computer vision. Okay, now you click on finish here and wait to download some requirement files from the website and configure the project based on the Visual Studio. The main OpenCV consists of several modules, and the OpenCV contribute also, it has several other modules. If you want to use, you can use them. For the main modules, we have a core function for the image processing, image processing function, image codes, video I/O, GUI, video, collect 3D, feature 2D, object detection, DNN for deep neural network module, ML, and so on. For the extra modules in the contribute, we have something for the argument reality, for calibration, for 3D, for some new model of DNA, face recognition, fuzzy, and several other different modules. After this done, we have to keep the path of OpenCV contribute master. We must go to module and keep this path. This is based on the library that you have. Okay. Now you search for the contribute. Right. Yeah. OpenCV extra module path. You paste the URL of the contribute inside, must be in modules. Now click on configure again. This one very fast. Also, you can manually check. For example, you want to run examples, or for example, if you don't want the OpenCL library or any other library, you can check or uncheck this value. Okay, after everything done, the configuring is done. You can press on generate. It generates the Visual Studio project for you inside the build folder that you pass here as a build for binary. Okay, it's done. You can see generating down. You can close this one and go to the build folder and open the OpenCV project file for Visual Studio. Okay. Once the project opens, you must wait until load all the files. Then you can start to build and compile the OpenCV. As you can see, the project load, it takes time to load all the requirement files. You must wait until everything here is done. You can select and choose debug mode or release mode and 64. In this case, we build debug and release all together. Still loading few files. Okay, now everything ready for build. We go and select the build solution. Now in debug mode, we are in debug mode. After building done, we change debug to release mode and build again. Okay, build successful, 139 success, no fail. So now we change debug to release mode. Page 2 initialization finished and ready to build. After this one finish, you can, okay, now ready. Build solution. And it takes time to build all the project file. Okay, now it's finished. After that, you must go to the install. Right click and build. This copy all the requirement DLL and lib into the install folder, which you recall this install folder to copy on your project, and other source code you doesn't need, you can delete it. As you can see here, install and this is the lib for release mode if debug mode ended with D. You just need this folder in order to write any OpenCV project. All include lib and DLL inside this folder. Okay, it's done. Now you select debug mode and build again. Now created this with D in order to different between the release and debug mode. All include and header files here. DLL here and lib here should be They already ended with D. Here also same. Ended with D for debug, without D for release mode. Okay, it's done. Now we can start to write a hello. In the previous video we show you how to compile and build OpenCV version 4 using Visual Studio 2017 for 64-bit Windows. In this video we show you some example how to use compiled version of OpenCV 4 and set up and configure your project under Visual Studio 2017. Just review some information about previous video. We mentioned the OpenCV 4. We used the version that in the GitHub for August 2018. The new OpenCV version 4 use C++11 and heavily use deep learning modules, and also several updates for hardware accelerate, and also revise the high GUI module and graph API module, point cloud, and track calibration and stereo module. For compiling the OpenCV version 4 using Visual Studio 2017 under Windows. Step 1, go and download the OpenCV and OpenCV contribute from the GitHub. Create a build folder using Cmake to generate the Visual Studio project. Then after generate, you need to add the path of the OpenCV contribute to the Cmake and generate again the project. Then open OpenCV project. The build, debug and release and install. Then set up the environment variable. Now we are going to show how to set up the project under Visual Studio. In order to not copy all DLL from the OpenCV, you need to set the environment variable on your Windows. For doing the environment variable, just search system environment variables, then environment variables, and here go to the path, open the path, and at the end you can browse the place that the install folder on Visual OpenCV appear. Here we go to the build and we go to the install, and here and bin. So you didn't need to copy DLL from OpenCV to your project. Okay, now here we create a new project. Now we use the console version and Visual C++, open CV4 Visual Studio 2017. We can create another folder inside the OpenCV. Okay. Okay, now you must change this to 64-bit because we compiled OpenCV for 64-bit, and you can select debug or release mode. I'm going to show you how to use debug mode, how to configure debug mode, and how to configure release. First, for debug mode, debug 64. After that, right click on the project name and select properties. Then go to Visual C++ directories, include, and put the path for include of OpenCV. Build, install, include. And for the library, you go and add the library. Build, install, lib. Okay, now for the C++, the link. For the linker input, you must add the lib files. If you are in the debug mode, you have to use lib file ended with D. So there is a for faster way. Okay. Okay, now we copy this and paste it here. Okay, for the release also we're doing the same. Include and library lib, the folder of lib, and here for the input now without lib, and then without the using for release mode. Okay, it's done. Now we need to test our project. First, we added some header files from OpenCV. And here we copy an image. Okay, I copy a OpenCV logo inside my project file. So here the path of my file. The math is a like array to store the image, and by the im read you can read the image file. Okay. Okay, now we read the image, and for showing the image we use imshow. and the wait key to give it time to see the image is in millisecond. For example, this is 10 seconds. Okay, debug and 64. It should be 10 seconds, show the image, then close the program. Okay. Now, because we set also for release mode, we should see the same result. Hello, in the previous two videos I show you how to install, compile and build the OpenCV version 4. You can download my slide from this URL, also pasted inside my videos in my YouTube channel. Okay, deep learning for computer vision. For the first step, we are going to use the OpenCV version 4. OpenCV version 4, the version for the August 2018. It supports C++11 and it has a module for deep learning. Also some updates related to the hardware accelerator, GUI enhancement, point cloud modules and tracking, calibration, stereo vision and so on. For compiling the OpenCV 4, we use Visual Studio on Windows 10 64-bit. We download the OpenCV version 4 from the GitHub website. You need Cmake Visual Studio 2017 Windows 10, and if you want to use GPU for deep learning framework, you have to use NVIDIA GPU like GTX 1080. Also, you need to install CUDA. First step for OpenCV version 4, download the OpenCV and OpenCV contribute from the GitHub and create a build folder using Cmake to generate the Visual Studio. Then put the path of the OpenCV contribute to the OpenCV inside the modules and generate again and create the OpenCV project file in order to open in Visual Studio. Then you debug, build the release, and then finally build install. If you build install, every file you require to use the OpenCV will be inside the install folder, and you can delete the other files if you want. You just need to copy the install folder. Set the environment variable inside the Windows and add the path of your DLL to the Windows path in order to not copy the DLL files. Then configure your Visual Studio project in order to use OpenCV. Follow the steps for debug and release mode. Then run a simple program to test whether the OpenCV works and you can use it or not. Here the Visual Studio project that we created during the last two videos, and here the Visual C++ directory. You need to add these two folder path here, and also for the linker inside the input you need to add lib files. For the release and debug you need to separately put these steps together, and then run your program and you can see your result. OpenCV version 4 using C++11. You need, if you want to develop new algorithm and put to the website, you have to follow the several rules in order your program and algorithm C++ file on the style of the OpenCV project. For example, the file name must be all lowercase, and also you need to start each class need to start with capital letter, method and function almost a small letter, but if the name of the method from the other, you can use capital letter. Macro and enumeration all capital letter. External function you need to use CV export, and so on. Okay, now for other program that we want to use, I created a class in order to put everything inside my class. Later on we can use and modify easily. Create a class. The class name will be OpenCV test. Okay. Okay, now run the see the result. Okay. Now I'm going to show you how to use the Caffe model in your program. First, you need to go and download several files from the web. First, you need to go and download 3 files. This one, the list of the object. This one, GoogleNet, the deep learning model based on the Caffe. And this is the prototypes or model description. Then, inside your project, write 2 function and the code. This code is based on OpenCV version 4. Maybe it doesn't run in another version of OpenCV. Okay, this is the code. After we download the file, I put it inside the folder, in my project folder, deep learning files. This is Caffe model. This is model description. This is one example images, and this is the name of all the object that this deep learning model training on. Okay, and here inside our project, this is the path of the file, this is the classes in order to find the best model of the best object, and this is the name in order to read the name of the file. And here I create just one function here, void deep learning Caffe model. This is for Caffe, and all this program based on OpenCV version 4. Okay, scale and some requirement. This is the path of the Caffe model. This is the prototypes, name of the object, and example images, and everything based on the code. Here we show the images and name of the class and probability of this object. Okay, now we run the project. Okay, as you can see, this is a space shuttle and 99% accurate confidence of this object. Hello, deep learning for computer vision by using OpenCV version 4. In the previous video, we show you how to compile OpenCV version 4 and how to set up and configure your Visual Studio project, and how to use Caffe model by OpenCV version 4. And now in this lesson I'm showing example of using TensorFlow model by OpenCV. Here the previous slides. Now for the TensorFlow, we only base on the OpenCV version 4. Other version may be different. You need to go and download the Inception model from Google and based on TensorFlow. After that, same as the Caffe model, you can run your almost the same program for TensorFlow. You just need to change the TensorFlow model here and read net from TensorFlow. Others same as Caffe. Okay, we make it here. Because the read class name is the same with the Caffe, I created another one in order to use here for TensorFlow. And this is the file that I use. This is the name of the object, and also for the TensorFlow, after you download and copy the file into our folder, you need this file and this file. This is the TensorFlow model, Inception model. Okay, almost everything the same except this one and this one, read from TensorFlow. Okay, we run the program. Okay, and as we expect, 99% shuttle. Thanks for watching.